Hello guys, this is Deuntre4 and here I am making my top 5 most overrated Pokemon list. Now before I get on with the list, let me say a few things. The Pokemon on my overrated list are all good. I think every one of them good and I like every one of them. And I just think they should get a little bit too much attention. That's all. I will also avoid putting certain Pokemon on this list, mainly because they've been done to death already and I want to be a little bit more unique. Number 5 on this list is Overrated. I can already hear the fanboys trying to start a flame war. Good thing I got the Flash Fire ability. Now one of the main problems I have with Overrated is the quadruple weakness to rock type moves, which makes Stealth Rock users a pain in the ass. And this is something that I see a lot of people criticize Charizard for, and to have a complete 180 and praise Overrated like it doesn't have the same weakness at all. And I just find it unfair. And also another weakness that Overrated has is its low defense, which is basically like a big hit me sign. Any Pokemon that can outspeed Overrated and hit it with a decent physical attack have a very good chance of taking it out, which is a huge flaw, especially because its speed is only 100, which is good, but still a lot of Pokemon can outspeed it. And I know someone might bring up Quiver Dance, but pretty much 80% of the people who use Overrated have Quiver Dance on it, making it very predictable and skilled opponents can be able to take them out. Number 4 on this list is Jolteon. Now, only going after Jolteon used as a special attacker, not used as a scout, because I know a lot of people use Jolteon for scouts and just vote switch away. Now, Jolteon is a very fast Pokemon, and that's pretty much the only good thing that it got going for it, that it is really fast. Sure, it got good special attack, but that special attack is not amazing or spectacular, which means that a Pokemon with decent bolt can be able to take a hit and be able to strike back, which is something that you do not want to happen to your Jolteon, mainly because they have low defenses and low HP. Even if it got hit with a special attack, its low bolt will make sure it would die within a couple of hits. And let's not forget its horrible move pool, where pretty much the only special move that can learn other than electric are Bug, Ghost, Psychic, and Normal. And someone might bring a hidden power, but that can only cover one type, limiting Jolteon type coverage by a long shot. And I find it weird that people praise it as one of the best special attackers ever, when its special attack is only above average or good at best. And some people might bring up the Life Orb and choice specs, but those items are double-edged swords that either limit you to one move or to drain your health after each attack. And I just find there to be better sweepers out there, such as the previous mentioned Overrated, who not only have a better special attack, but also better bolt with the HP and special defense. Number 3 is Umbreon. Now my main problem with Umbreon is the fact that its stats allow it to be used in only one way, a wall, which limit its capabilities. Sure, someone can bring up the argument that Umbreon can be used offensively if you can get enough curses, but that made Umbreon pretty predictable, and a taunt user can be easily counter that. And some people might say, so what if Umbreon can only be used as a wall? Some Pokemon can only be used in one way and still deserve their attention. But I find it to be outclassed by other walls, such as Sparrowthorn, Fortress, Porygon 2, Bronzong, and possibly Vaporeon, which is debatable. And the reason why I think those are better walls is because of the fact that they either have entry hazard moves, other stats-inducing moves other than Toxic or Confuse Ray, or it can actually defend itself in the battle. And also, some of these Pokemon can resist a lot of moves from different types, and can also be immune to some stats afflictions such as Toxic. Umbreon can also be flat out useless as well because of a certain move called Taunt. This move Taunt can be learned by a lot of Pokemon that can easily outspeed Umbreon. This can prevent Umbreon from being a very good wall because it prevents from using certain moves such as Toxic or Wish, basically handicapping it, which is something that you do not want to happen in the battle because it can give your opponent a huge advantage. And someone successfully shoots Taunt on Umbreon, you only have two options left. Option number one is to go on the offensive. And with Umbreon's pop gun like attack set, the only thing you have to worry about is foul play, which can leave you in the mercy of special attacking Pokemon, Pokemon with good physical defense, or Pokemon who are resistant to that attack, including most fighting types. And option number two is which basically give your opponent a free turn. And some people might say, well, that can work for other walls as well. But at least for some other walls such as Skarmory or Vaporeon, or even Porygon 2, they can at least dish back some damage if they've ever been taunted. Number 2 on this list is Darkrai. Now some of you might say that Darkrai is underrated, but Darkrai do get a fair share of attention among the legendary Pokemon. Sure, it may not be no Mewtwo or Rayquaza level, but still, it gets a decent amount of shine among the legendary Pokemon. And even on the Pokemon Power Bracket, Darkrai is easily one of the most popular Sinnoh legendaries out there, with its only competition being Giratina. And the main problem I have with Darkrai is it overly reliant on its sleeping move, Dark Void, and pretty much this whole Pokemon is entirely reliant on sleep, which make it very predictable and give you a lot of options to counter it, such as my option with using Sleep Talk on my Kyogre. And I really don't see why it gets so much praise, because the grass type with the chlorophyll ability and sleep powder can do the same thing just as effectively. And I always hate how some people say that Darkrai can beat Mewtwo just because they're a dark type. 2 words, Aura Sphere. Plus its special attack and speed, which is greater than Darkrai's, can usually lead to a 1-hit KO, or at the very least a 2-hit KO. And even if you try to use it as a special sweeper without the assistance of Dark Void, it is heavily outclassed by Mewtwo in almost every category. And another reason that people always overhype Darkrai is its role in the movie. Now the main reason why people always say Darkrai is the best Pokemon ever from his role in the movie is mainly because of 2 reasons. One of the main reasons is emotion. But it really doesn't help all that much in my eyes, mainly because a lot of other Pokemon can show emotions as well. And sure, you can argue about it having a lot of depth and emotion, but even in that category, there's still some other Pokemon that can be considered deep as well. The number 2 reason why people like Darkrai is its sacrifice. This reason I can also sort of understand, but it has been done by other Pokemon such as Latios, and I find it a little bit biased. A lot of people say Darkrai is the best Pokemon because he sacrificed himself, and close their mind about other Pokemon that has sacrificed themselves. Number 1 on my list is Blaziken. Now Blaziken is a Pokemon that I can find just as overrated as Charizard. Now my main problem with Blaziken is the fact that most of the moves that give it notorious powers can cause recoil in some form or way, such as Flare Blitz or High Jump Kick, especially if it got a life orb, make sure your chicken won't live long. And sure, you can consider using moves such as Blaziken or moves that don't cause recoil to your Blaziken, but these moves are weaker and make Blaziken easier to wall. And some of the moves such as Blaziken, Sky Uppercut, or Stone Edge have lower accuracy and you can miss your opponent. And if you're going to use the Sword Sense on Blaziken, you're probably going to rely on defenses, which suck. You got hit by a really super effective move, you were good as dead, even if you survived, because the Flare Blitz recoil can most likely kill you, or High Jump kick recoil can kill you if it miss, or someone switch out to a Ghost Pokemon. And priority moves can also lead to the downfall of Blaziken in a battle. And this is why I do not like Blaziken as much as some other people, mainly because it is Suicide Bomb. Sure, it's great and powerful, but recoil and low defenses just kill it for me. And this is why it's my #1 most overrated Pokemon.